Instagram. Let's see. Hey, yo. And we're live. Good morning, everyone. Very nice. Let's get set up here too. Come on. You almost got it. Nope. Need a little bit more. Good. All right. Now, let's get to writing. Today is March 31st. Mia 572. Hello, welcome to today's live stream and thank you for joining. Hello to Nina Patrick. Nina Patrick, I know you from somewhere. How do I know that name? And to Safa Shalehedin, welcome to today's live stream. Ah, you're welcome, Safa. Ah, here you go. I know you're the second Safa. I know, I worked with the Safa before and I never heard that name before until like 3 months ago, so hello. That's my mic, here we go. Hello to Fulikaki and it sounds like Furikaki and Pinball Fear. Hello to you as well. Evolving Brain, haven't seen you in a while. Am I drinking Ethiopia again? No, today this is a Myanmar bean rather than Ethiopian. I remember we chatted about coffee a little while ago and about how you've invested like thousands and thousands into your coffee setup. What are you drinking this morning? And hello to Hydrolodge. It's always good to see you here. So, solid question. How do I sustain myself and pay for stuff? So I do, so this is just the hobby in my morning ritual. I do social media work for other clients, so like CEOs, authors, and LinkedIn influencers as well. I help with ghostwriting in many ways. So I help ghostwrite newsletters and video scripts, and I create different social media strategies for people. I've done well for myself for social media, and now I'm trying to help others out instead. So that's what happens. I sometimes just work on big projects for a few months, and then that could sustain me for a few months while I chill and relax, and then find another client and keep on going back and forth that way. So that's the line of work that I do. And right now I'm in a kind of chill phase. I don't need to find another client for like another few months. I've got easy work trickling in. I've been working on also with a charity in Canada to build a course for high schools called the Mindful Use of Social Media. And it's already being picked up by some governments. Well, not some governments, a government of Manitoba. And I might be, so I'm helping with all the lesson planning there and giving the ideas and the direction, and also I'm thinking of maybe I could actually teach this virtually. Are there any projects I'm willing to share? I can't. I don't want, well, it's just for their sake, because it's under their voice. I can't be like, hey, this wasn't actually them, it was me. But I have records of impact, but that's just analytics without any names or actual visuals of the project. So unfortunately, no, nothing I could share there. But I thank you for your curiosity. And now, back to writing. There's actually, you know what? There's one that you could piece together. I worked with so I worked with a real estate company in Spain. So that's what I was in Spain for the past few months for. So if you see on my channel, I helped them with a charity project that they had in helping out with Valencia. And I kind of guided them in a lot of their direction and language. So one of the things that I was noticing is like luxury real estate sounds very kind of exclusive and distant, like standoffish. And I think future generations aren't really interested in disconnection as much as connection. So I tried to change their language from, what's it called? Exclusive to inclusive. And what does that look like company-wide? Anna, it's great to see you. Hello. I'm always happy to see your name. I hope that you're doing well. And hello to BR Haluk as well. Question is, does Myanmar coffee taste a little cigarette-like? Can't tell you because I don't know what cigarettes taste like. So maybe. Is this what cigarettes? Hola! Yes, Anna. Hola. Hello. It's good to see you. We keep on meeting the chat. Is this the only way that you and I are going to have a talk? Am I going to have to talk to a camera and pretend that it's you and just see you texting? Because we need to have a face-to-face call pretty soon. So, does this taste like cigarettes? No. Tastes a little sour. It's very back of the tongue. It's finishing on the middle of the tongue. And sweet. No, I get a fruitiness with this one. I don't think cigarettes. Oh, Anna, no cigarettes anymore. Congratulations, that's huge. I'm so happy for you. Great. You got to go to work. All right, get back to it. I'm so happy to see you, Anna. Thank you for stopping by. Send you a huge hug. For the few people that are here, whenever Anna leaves me a voice message, she'll say something long and then ends it with, and I give you a big hug. I love it. And so, What a nice way to start my morning. Great way to see Anna. All right. Evolving Brain says, I've tried Thai coffee a few times, but I have not enjoyed them, sadly. Huh. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm enjoying this. Nothing as good as like a geisha bean. My God. Every time I get my hands on a geisha, I'm thrilled, but I haven't. Last time I had a geisha was like 4 months ago. I haven't seen any geisha beans here in Portugal, but I did see them in Spain. Anyhow. What else is alive in me here today? Evolving Brain, what bean do you like the most? What's your favorite coffee? You have a freezer full of Panama geishas. My God, they are so awesome. Yes, they fucking are. But I love lots of different coffees, particularly partial to those that are winey and those that are floral. Winey and floral. Can't really say that I remember any winey coffees. The ones that I remember, my favorite coffee, I forget, it was a geisha somewhere. It was actually at a coffee shop in Tokyo. It cost me €50 for one fucking cup. And it tasted like chocolate and passion fruit, and it was just wonderful. Like a chocolate passion fruit tea, rather than like, didn't have the darkness of coffee. Hello to Giraffe, Nika, and Mikey as well. Hello to both of you. A freezer. Glitch? Is there a glitch? I'm not sure. Is there a glitch? What did I miss out on? Glitch, yes! Glitch is Tokyo's top coffee shop by most measures. Yeah, my God. Yeah, that was totally the name of it. It was Glitch Coffee. It was, yeah, my God. Story time. I actually went to Glitch Coffee. Wow, thank you for unlocking all these memories. Damn. So Glitch Coffee is the start of my divorce. I rented an Airbnb close to Glitch Coffee, not because of Glitch Coffee, but I rented one close to it just to spend like 2 weeks by myself out of the house. And I would go there like almost every day, and I would journal with a coffee. And we played a game in which she would give me 2 different coffees, and I would have to taste it and guess which one's which. And it really helped me learn how to appreciate coffee more. And I loved that place. Man, that was a rough time for me. Thank you. Thank you for, yeah, Jimbocho. I think it was Jimbocho. My God. My God, yeah. How did you know about Glitch Coffee? Have you been to Glitch Coffee? My God, I'm getting a little emotional here thinking about that time. fuck? Oh man. I'd sit right by the window and I'd watch cars go by and I'd see some people walking by with their dogs. I would take all the little cards that they had of the beans and I'd put them right in the back of my journal right here and I'd store them all. I remembered all of them. Fuck. Yeah, well, you've been to Tokyo a few times, so you've been to Glitch. It's just fucking amazing. It's such a great coffee shop. Man, that was really good coffee. All right. Wow. Hearts for opening up, Simon. Thank you for opening that up in me, for unlocking that. My God, that was stuck in me in a while, and I haven't thought of that. And so I appreciate you participating and helping me co-create this experience. Whoa. All right, let me write about that for a little bit right now. Thank you, Evolving Brian. Brain, not Brian. Oh, man. I gotta go, but it's been fun chatting. Wishing you a wonderful Monday plus week. Thank you, Evolving Brain. And I wish you a great week as well. And hello to Save Lubika. Nice to see you. Hello. Stinkmeister, hey, great to see you. Do I have any travel plans or am I wanting to stay in one place for a while? Stinkmeister, great question. So my only real travel plan is next week I'm going to Madrid for the half marathon. I'm going there with my girlfriend and friend and we're going to run it together. Otherwise, I really hate traveling now. I have such a set routine of wake up at this time, journal at this time, run at this time, eat at this time, and go to the gym at this time. Yes, the nail's still on the finger. And whenever I travel, that's all compromised. Like my diet turns to garbage, my sleep isn't the same. Whenever you sleep in a new place for the first few nights or so, you statistically get something like 50% worse sleep because like your brain is in a new environment and it's like still like aware of like what threats are there, what noises are there, and so you don't sleep as well. And then I find it so damaging to my well-being. Sure, it's nice to see other things. I mean, ooh, look at this building. But eventually I kind of feel like all places are starting to become the same. Like, if you ever want to see the prettiest buildings of any city, then just Google the Gucci store. Like, all the luxury brands have bought up the nicest property. And you want to go to a church and see lots of pictures of Jesus again? Sure. I mean, I guess. But the novelty is kind of lost on me in many ways. And so I kind of really prefer to be kinder to my body. And does this sound like I'm becoming an old man? Maybe. But travel doesn't appeal to me as much as before. Nice. It's actually a great feeling to be so content where you are and not need to search for happiness outside. Yeah, I'd say so. I don't like the word happiness. I think it's a very abstract concept and has been led to a lot of people suffering and trying to find the nounness of happiness, and just kind of feel content. I have my rhythm, I have my flow, I have the things that I enjoy, but it's not the kind of like beaming, glowing happiness that I think people imagine of, like the Dalai Lama laughing all the time. But yeah, thanks for opening up that prompt in me. I appreciate it. Now back to it. The sky is pink. Hello. I don't think I've ever seen you before. Welcome to the live stream. And the question is, do you feel like you're where you belong? Is this a country where you feel like your future rests? It's a great question. Where do I belong? So, does this feel like a place of belonging for me? Not really. And there's nothing against Portugal itself. It's just, I kind of feel like I can belong wherever, because everywhere I've lived, I pretty much kind of have the same routines, right? I work from home, I work in my office, and that's kind of country independent. I walk my dogs, also kind of country independent in many ways, and going to the gym. And so I don't really interact. I don't really interact with the outside world all too much. That's kind of weird to say. not a hypersocial creature, but I do have friends and a few friends, and so I connect with them individually rather than like groups and the rest of the world outside. Hello, to make up your vegan mind. And so my girlfriend and I have been talking about how long do we want to stay in Portugal for. She just got her permanent, she just got her visa here. And if she stays a couple more years, and she's entitled to a passport, and she'd rather have a Portuguese passport because it opens up so many doors. And then we've been talking about where do we want to live afterwards. So a few nights ago, we actually spoke with ChatGPT, and we're like, hey, what countries are going to be the least impacted by global warming in, say, 20 years? What countries are going to do well? Who are the climate winners and who are the climate losers? And Portugal isn't going to be great. It's going to be all right. But supposedly there's going to be a lot more droughts and wildfires coming up. And so going somewhere up north, like either Canada or Russia, she's Russian, and so that's easier for her, or in like the Scandic countries would be a good idea. But also Chile, supposedly, was like high up on the list according to ChatGPT. And so we were thinking about that. She speaks Spanish fluently. I lived in Spain for a little bit, and so I could parlez-vous Espanol. Oh, fuck. That is such a bad joke. And so we were thinking, well, what would Chile look like? And we started looking at rent there, and so I'm not sure we're going to be in Portugal for a long time, but we'll at least be here for a couple years while she gets her passport. Make Up Your Vegan Mind says, hello, funny once again I made it to your live stream. Yes, I love it, thank you. And Natasha Daniel, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Hello to both of you. I'm really enjoying all the engagement. Canada is messed up climate-wise. Is it? Well, I know even before global warming, like Jesus Christ, those -40 winters are horrible. But will we still get to -40 by 2055, or will it be different there? I'm not sure. Anyhow. The Sky is Pink says, I've been watching you since back when you started in Korea. Oh, I met you in person in the Chicago meetup. Wow! The Chicago meetup. What do I remember from that? I think the Chicago meetup was when we were giving ice cream outside. I think we connected with a guy named Turner who really helped out, and he organized it so that everyone would get a scoop of ice cream. And I think that was it. My God, what else do I remember from Chicago? I remember the Viagra Triangle in Chicago. Don't really remember what the stage was like back then. All the stages kind of blurred into being the same. The Vancouver stage was a university, I know that. Don't remember what the Chicago stage looked like. Wild. Hello to Theodore Toshev. Welcome. Natasha Daniel, yeah, I'm in Toronto. Oh my gosh, we were iced over yesterday. Ugh, and today's +6. Gross. Iced over, that's horrible. Simon, how do you get your Japanese food fix now? I don't get my Japanese food fix. I cook with a lot of Asian ingredients, but it's mostly just soy sauce, kimchi, ginger, mirin. There's a little bit of mirin that I use, oyster sauce. So it's mostly saucy stuff, but the healthy Japanese food that I had, I just don't have anymore. I've kind of resigned and accepted that. You, Sky's Pinky, hear nice things about Chile too? Well, great. Yeah, right? From what I read, it seems like not too bad. Loyola University by the lakefront. Yes, the lakefront. Ah, my God. Yeah, I remember driving around. I think it was cold at the time also. Wild. Thank you for that. Yes, no more creepy baby mayo. Actually, Natasha Daniel, there is a place here that sells a lot of creepy baby mayo, and I used to buy a lot of it. But now I'm actually trying to lower my body fat percentage a little bit more, and so I've been a sad mayo-less man for the past 3 months, and I deeply miss mayo. Kartik says, oh no, ramen for life, come on. I know, but there's no real good Japanese ramen here. The ramen that I've been to here is kind of all right. The best ramen I've had is Chinese ramen here. It's legit. Well, I don't know if it's legit because I haven't lived in China, but according to my high standards of Japanese ramen, everything that I've had here is kind of disappointing. So, there you go. Hello to Yara Manji. Welcome. Now, back to doing some writing. The sky is pink. Have I considered doing videos covering interesting things to do in your local area since you're not feeling globetrotting anymore? You know, I think about it sometimes. You know, there are times in which I'm like, what direction do I really want to go with my content? Do I just want to live stream myself journaling every single day? Or what value do I want to add? I really like, oh, hello, hey, Sad Mimikyu, I haven't seen you in a while. Hello, I hope you're doing well. Good morning. And there's a thought of me, it's like, oh, I'd love to be able to show this cafe and this restaurant and give a little bit of like vibes and flex my cinematography muscles again and try to get some nice angles and show some vibes. But there's also part of me that really enjoys writing a lot more than filming. Now, you know, I just love doing the writing and I don't know what's going to come of that or what content grows from that. But walking around and filming, I don't necessarily know anymore, you know? I think I'm very self-conscious now of creating content in public. Don't know why. I haven't dug into that too much, but even though I have this like tiny camera up here that's doing the overhead shot, there's still like, even if I just hold that, there's a little bit of like paranoia and I don't know. I think I just haven't dealt with or processed what my career of filming travel stuff was like before and how I could do that now. I'm tempted kind of just to show like really slow, chill vibes of like me writing and hanging out and petting my dogs and going to the gym and whatnot. And I don't know. That's not a clear answer. So have I considered it? Yes. Am I going to do it? I have no idea. Mia572 says, hi Simon, and I say, hello Mia. Hi, how you doing? Yeah, and now back to uninteresting content of overhead shots of me writing. I hope all is well. Yeah, all is well. Feeling a lot better today than yesterday. I feel well slept. I haven't really slept that well. I didn't sleep that well Saturday night, but last night I got a great sleep. Sad Mimikyu, if you're still here on YouTube, how do you feel about the vertical format as opposed to the horizontal format? So I used to do YouTube videos horizontal, and Instagram also was like horizontal, and I had the black lettering above. How do you feel about it being like kind of like full screen vertical? Does that change the feeling for you in any ways, and do you prefer it differently? Let me know what you think. Hello to Sakavikiukas. Hello. Welcome to today's live stream. Thank you for joining. You like the vertical full screen since you're on mobile. Awesome. Well, I'm glad I did it that way then. I think vertical is the way to go, even though I remember hearing that like vertical is for attention and horizontal is for engagement, I think it was. So there's a different feeling, a different sensation, but I also think most people are on their phones anyway, so I kind of got to go more with the with the vertical. But even now when I'm on camera in this vertical mode right here, I see that all you can really see is like my plants back there and a little bit of lights, but you can't see all this cool shit I have behind me. And I really want to kind of have a more filled out background. Do I just got to move the camera back a little bit more so you can see more of my somewhat designed room? I'm not sure. He said you got very used to that actually, but then again, I don't mind the other way around. Okay, well, if it's more comfortable, I mean, I prefer something that we could both enjoy. And so, yeah, thank you for letting me know. How far back do I need to put this camera so you could see my statue and shit like that? I don't know. Anyhow, Kartik Sudden says, do you care about pens you use for writing? Like most writing videos I send you to are mostly about what fountain pen they use and what fancy look to turn or Moleskine they use, lol. I don't necessarily care about what pens I use, also because I just haven't really looked for many others. I've just been getting these Uniball ones. They're, I don't know, like $3 a pop or something along those lines, and they write well, and I like the way that they flow. And so yeah, I'm kind of okay with that. The notebooks that I use are Moleskine, just because I like that. I like it being closed. I like the bookmark. I like the wrap of it. I like this whole feel of it as well. And it has a lot more lines in it than other ones that seem to be like smaller and whatnot. So yeah. So no, I don't necessarily care about it all too much. I just more care about the act of writing itself. Simon BQ says, yeah, it feels less of a commitment somehow, but you are portable this way. Yeah, you carry me around. Awesome. Well, thank you for bringing me with you wherever you are. Are you playing with your ponies today? I have to say you are framed really well. It's more engaging to see up closer. Ah, okay. Well, that's, thank you for that feedback. I appreciate that. And Kartik says it's refreshing to see me just raw dogging it. Yep. It's raw dogging it, like a lot of life. Well, not fully raw dogging. I have some caffeine here. The Sky is Pink says, I wish you'd be able to get back to that aspect of your skills, personality, and talent. Yeah, I think you're very talented and that you got things worthy of sharing, saying, and showing. Sky is Pink, that's very, very kind of you to say. Thank you. Thank you for that. I hear that, and I've heard that from other people also, that kind of miss this aspect of me going out and exploring and sharing some more. And I know there's that part of me that does call to it. And I thank you for that encouragement and for that challenge and letting that sit in me and think about that for a bit. And I know there's also a lot of me that knows that when I did that, I didn't do it alone. You know, like I did it with Martina, I did it with Dan, I did it with Lee and Susie, and this idea of just like sitting by myself and talking with myself on camera is a lot more discouraging than doing it with others. You know, I think joy shared is joy multiplied in many ways. So I think I need a co-host. How about that? If I got a co-host that'd be comfortable being on camera with me, then that might help. All right, there's a bit of a compromise. But I thank you for this. Overall, I wish you had the same joy that you shared with others in the past. What does the same joy mean to you? Like I've heard this before. My mood is definitely a lot different now than what it used to be. A lot more contemplative. A lot slower in many ways. Not silly like fight a gorilla kind of energy that I used to have. And I know that people kind of miss that younger vibe to me. So is this just, there's a part of me that just thinks, hey, I'm 42 now, I'm not like 26, and I don't have that crazy vibe to me, and I kind of feel more settled and more routined, while back then I just didn't really have any kind of sense of self-awareness or any sense of like care for my health or well-being, and so I was just kind of burning myself out at that, and that energy came at a cost of unwellness. And so now that I'm so focused on wellness, can I still have that same kind of like on-screen joy? I don't know. The way that I think of myself before was sacrificing the future for the present. There's this great movie that I just watched called Substance by like Demi Moore, in which like she's older, and in order to have her younger self, she has to like take this drug, and like a different version of her pops out that's like younger and everything's tighter and more lifted. But the younger version of herself doesn't want to like go back to the older body, so she keeps on withdrawing from Demi Moore's body, and and just like getting sicker and older faster, you know? So you say, no, not in that way. I wish you the joy that you brought others. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I'd love to be able to find a way to bring that joy to others. I do want to find that. I'm not necessarily sure how yet. Hopefully one day I'll find that answer, and I thank you for that encouragement. And I wish that I could find it as well. Make up your vegan mind, not my vegan mind. Make up your vegan mind. Says, would your girlfriend be comfy with you on camera? I think so. I mean, like, she has her own Instagram, and she's, like, promoting herself on there, and she's got a good community there too. And we actually recorded a podcast together, our first episode of just like sitting and chatting. And I have that on my computer, and I haven't published that yet, and we're not necessarily sure like how or where. I was thinking about putting it up on my YouTube channel and seeing how people like think about that and what they feel about that. So maybe, we're not fully too sure yet. It's really fun, and we kind of speak the same language of nonviolence and holding space. But are we playful and eating lots of junk? No, we're also kind of just like running and going to the gym as well. So we have very similar kind of energies in that way. Stinkmeister says, do you like Kindles or do you prefer physical books? Fuck, I don't like Kindles at all. I tried when I moved to Portugal to go just the digital route and just read digital stuff and have less of an impact, but I just can't connect with the books and the ideas as I used to. Like, I believe holding a book in your hand and smelling it and hearing the pages as they, what's that sound? Rustle? Flicker from one side to the other. It's such a tactile and sensory experience, and it's just like, I love the page flipping. I love all of that experience, while Kindles don't give me that. Kindles are great for being portable and having less of an environmental impact, and I think at least they have a less of an environmental impact. But man, they just don't feel the right way in my body. I'm such a paper person. I love writing on paper. I love reading on paper. Why do I love paper so much? Was I a tree in my past life? Yes, we all were trees in our past life. We are all fruits that have fallen from the tree of earth. Sad Mimi Q says, me too, I need paper. Also better for your eyes. Yeah, there you go. It's also healthier for you. On that note, it's 9:05, and that's actually 9:06, and it's time for me to get to having breakfast. Really enjoyed this conversation that I had with all of you today. Stinkmeister says, very interesting, glad I asked. I've been on the fence about getting Kindle, but not sure. Hey, I know some people who love Kindles. I know some people who are super into it, and maybe your experience with it will be different. I tried it out. I got a cheap Kindle, and it didn't work for me. There is one thing that I'm very interested about. It's called the Daylight Computer, in which it's a screen that is e-ink, but it doesn't emit any blue light, and that might be what I'd like. So when that's going to be available soon, then I'll test that out and see what that's like. The Sky is Pink says, do you save all the books you read, or do you donate them after you're done with them? Oh my God, I hoard them. I don't like giving them away at all. I'm heartbroken. I've let some people borrow books and they just haven't given them back, and it burns me to this day. I want all of my books. These are only some of the books that I have behind me. In Canada, I have like 4 or 5 bookshelves full of old books that I used to collect, and I'm kind of so gutted I haven't had them with me for like more than half of my life. And there's a part of me that's like, well, I want to settle down and bring them all with me, but I might move to Chile. I don't know if we're talking about it, and I don't know. So I have them all stored in Canada, and one day I'll bring them here with me so I could be reunited with them, and maybe just do live streams of me like sitting with like a lamp and fudgy and Papa Jelly, and we'll just be sitting and reading together. And that'll be my new kind of content, which I don't think The Sky's Pink is going to bring a lot of joy as much as my other content, but that's the kind of vibe that I am right now. And on that note, thank you everyone for joining today, and I'll see you tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. same time as we get to writing. Yeah, tomorrow's a big day. Tomorrow I get a new computer. Anyhow, excited about that. Enjoy the